Hi guys, let's do African circles. These are also commonly referred to as omis. It is or an interior hip circle. So a lot of hip circles are very weight based. So we shift our weight around as we let our hips make a big circle, right? So these are weight based, meaning we're shifting our weight from one side to the next. And so that is how these hip circles kind of happen. But an African circle is entirely generated in here. So basically what we're going to do, we're going to get in our basic belly dance posture. Feet are about hip width apart, the bony part of our hip, not the fleshy part. Nice loose knees, we're supporting our spine. Sternum is lifted, shoulders are back and down, of course. So we're going to start by pulling that right hip up, and then we're going to use our psoas muscles down here by your womb if you have one, and you're going to pull forward, and then we're going to engage those obliques to do the left hip, and then you're going to release. Right, forward, left, release. Right, forward, left, release. Right, forward, left, release. And so the reason we're just releasing in the back and not popping in the back, that's not necessarily wrong. That's just more of a Latinization of this movement. So if you start going and doing a lot out in the back, that's just going to be have a more Latin flavor. But there is a lot of Latin influence especially in the North African styles, and the Arabic heavy styles, which tend to be the more North African styles, because the Arabs and the Moors, and Spain has a large Arab population. That's what I'm getting at. So, and just a side note, there's a lot of words that are in Spanish and Arabic that are very similar. Anyway, lots of cross-pollination there. So having Latin influence is not necessarily bad because, like I said, Spain's right there. There's even a specific music genre that is Latin and Arabic fusion music. So it's not bad. No one's going to be like, you're wrong. Well, I'm not going to say no one because chances are somebody will. But we want to keep it more like a capital D if we want to dance more like a native dancer, which is my goal always. So you see how I'm pulling hard in the front and then just letting it glide across in the back instead of so this is a more Latin version, and this is a more native, like Arabic version, which is all in the front and just kind of gliding across in the back. So we go right, front, left, release. And releasing back to our basic belly dance posture, not releasing back to how we might stand, which if you're like me and you have lots of stuff back there, and it just, when you stand, and I have a sway back and all of that. But we, of course, are keeping our knees loose, so we're not going to do that. And we're going to go right, forward, left, release, right, forward, left, release. This is really all about controlling our abs. Don't forget to breathe. So right, forward, left, release. Let's go the other direction, and then I'll put on some music and we'll just drill it both directions. So we're going to go left, forward, right, release. This side this direction I don't like clockwise. Right, release. I like counterclockwise. That is my default. So if you ever do a choreography with me that I choreograph, I will have you go counterclockwise. Left, forward, right, release. Left, forward, right, release, and smooth that into an interior circle. So another note on doing these is there are similar versions of this in Polynesian dance. Omi is actually the Tahitian term, which just shows that dance is universal, which is amazing. But I remember my friend Diana was taking Polynesian dance hula, and one of the things her teacher was like, you can't whip it around. You want to keep this movement even all the way as you're doing it. And that was a really good little reminder for me, because it's easy to whip this movement, either in the front, which is where I would have that tendency, or in the back. Shoom, shoom, shoom. So you want to keep it even. 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, and 1 and 2, or 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so you can do it however fast or slow you want. Obviously you want to stay on beat, whatever decision you make. I'm going to put some music on, we'll just drill that a little bit, okay? We're going to go right, forward, left, release. Right, forward, left, release. Keep that sternum lifted. Energy out your fingertips. I know you can't see my hands. I'm just distracted. Don't forget to breathe. Right, forward, left. Keep that sternum open, or keep that chest open. Happy hearts, everyone. And let's go the other direction. Left, forward, right, release. Left, forward, right, release. Smooth that into a capital D. You can whip it if it goes with the music, but only then. Back to counterclockwise just because I prefer it. So those are African circles, also frequently known as omis. Hope you have any questions, just ask. I'm happy to help.